It's definitely been a magical comeback for Arsenal, with Bournemouth managing to score two goals in the first place. In the very first minute, Bournemouth scoring the first goal and scoring yet another and making it 2-0 for Bournemouth. And it comes out definitely that it doesn't go on quite well for the club. Arsenal, as you already know, in the first half, it wasn't at its best, but definitely things went on quite well. And by the end of the game, it was definitely how many goals. Let us know what you think. It definitely has been 3-2. So let us know what you think about this. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you, as long as it is sports right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Kaus, as I'm more than ready to bring to you the latest coming in. So let's talk about a few things that have happened in this game. You can let us know what you definitely think about what has happened in this game. It's been Arsenal that has managed to score 3 goals and Bournemouth scoring 2 goals. And definitely the 3 points have gone to Arsenal. Arsenal were almost dropping 3 points, but definitely they did their level best to make sure that they can get everything quite well. So how Arsenal have been playing off recent, they've definitely been playing quite well off recent. Arsenal have tried their level best, and the fact that some of the football players were not did not manage to play today. When you looked at the squad, Eden Nketiah definitely was not there. And we possibly thought, how is this going to be? Is it going to be a difficult one for Arsenal, or is it going to be a bit challenging, or it's going to be quite a good one? And it definitely was when the game started. It was a bit challenging with that first goal from Bournemouth that was scored in the very first minute. Definitely had to put the club a bit down, and the players were quite disappointed. I must say, the players were disappointed at that point in time, because the fact that you are being beaten in the very first minute, that is something that not all clubs would like, not any club would like. The first very minute, that I think it had to bring about a setback in the club. There was a bit of a setback in the club, because in the first minute and you're losing, if you're losing the first minute, then you are, it's like starting from 1-0, like literally that's what it was, starting from 1-0. And you don't know whether you're going to score, you don't know whether you're going to score, whether it will be possible for you to score a couple of goals, or it's going to be quite a bit difficult. So I must say, it was a bit complicated for Arsenal in the beginning, but as you already know, it's Arsenal. And I must say, many people have always tried. Many people have said a few things about Arsenal. Just of recent, talking about how possibly how Arsenal will fall, how Arsenal will not take the English Premier League title. But it will be remembered that ever since the beginning of the season, it's been the talk. Arsenal is going to go down. But Arsenal has kept on winning and winning and winning and winning almost every game that they have to play. They have tried to win. The games that Arsenal have lost, you can count them. You can definitely count the games that Arsenal has lost. They're just a few games, and definitely it's been a brilliant one. It's been a brilliant game today. It's proved quite a lot for the club. It's proved that if Arsenal can come from a 2-0 defeat and manages to equalize, scores the first goal, scores the second one, and then the last goal, uh, the winning goal. Definitely, that is a brilliant one. So you'll be remember that the first goal was scored. Who scored the first goal? Was The first goal was scored by. I'm saying Arsenal goals. Arsenal goals. The first goal was scored by this gentleman. Thomas Partey, he had a bit of an injury before, so he wasn't playing. But I think Arsenal like it now. He's now on and he's looking to be playing a number of games, a couple of games. He's going to be playing a couple of games. So Arsenal fans should be very happy about that because he's a wonderful one. He's a very good one, and when he put that goal in, definitely it was a brilliant one, and many people, many fans, many Arsenal fans were very, very happy about it. Then also, not forgetting that, leaving that aside, there was yet another goal that was scored, and it is another historical goal. If I'm not mistaken, it was Ben White who scored his first ever Arsenal goal. Am I right? I think I'm definitely right about that. That was his first goal for Arsenal, and it was a crucial one because it did put Arsenal on level with Bournemouth because Bournemouth already had two goals, and definitely it was 2-1. It was 2-1 in favor of Bournemouth, and then the goal that was scored by Ben White definitely leveled. Then Arsenal kept on hunting, and hunting. And when you see how it definitely went, Arsenal kept trying their level best, they kept trying their level best, made a few strikes, but nothing was coming along. So the manager himself, Mikel Arteta, had to look into things and see where he can definitely make things right, and he had to change. They had to change who is playing. They had to make a few substitutes, and he brought in. I guess we brought in. He brought in Nelson, and Nelson did the magic in the 97th minute. In the 97th minute, he definitely did the magic. He did the magic, and that was a brilliant one. That was definitely a very good one. That was a brilliant one. It was a very, very wonderful one because 97th minute, everybody, I think even me when I was watching the game, personally thought possibly Arsenal were going to settle for 1 point, and I think Arsenal fans would be happy about it because it would have come the fact that Arsenal came from 2-0 and scored the first goal and scored the second one. I thought possibly it's going to end 2-0, and it ends 2-0. Definitely Arsenal will be happy to be 1 point further than Manchester City, which is a potential threat to the English Premier League that is currently Arsenal are the current favourites for the English Premier League title. So I think that has been a brilliant one. It's been a good one. So the 97th minute brought in quite a lot. I mean that added six wonderful minutes. That added 6 minutes for the game, but the fact that they added 6 minutes was not enough. Not 6 minutes because there were quite a lot of stoppages, and definitely the referee had to keep on. And in the 97th minute, in the 97th minute, there was quite a lot of budget that was done in there by Rhys Nelson, who came on from the bench and definitely scored the last goal. He scored the last goal, and it was a brilliant one. It was a very wonderful one. So Arsenal are playing quite well, and they've been playing very well of recent. You can let us know what you definitely think about the performance of Arsenal. Now, if you think Arsenal will take this Premier League title, you need to let us know. Let us know your opinion about the English Premier League title. Whether you think Arsenal is going to be taking this. Remember that right about now, there are three clubs that are in this. I know talking about the top four, the fact there is Arsenal, there is Man City, there is Manchester United, and there is Tottenham Hotspurs. I don't want to include Tottenham Hotspur because I think it could be practically impossible for Tottenham Hotspur to take the English Premier League title right about now. By the look of things, I think it's going to be quite complicated for them. They're out of the picture. And other big clubs, before we take a full analysis about the top four, other big clubs that include Chelsea Chelsea has won 1-0, and also Liverpool also has been playing quite well. But for this season, they are definitely out, and they are not threat to Arsenal when it comes to the Premier League title. They're definitely out. Consider Chelsea out. Consider Spurs out. Consider Liverpool out. Definitely, they are not. So the potential threats are definitely Manchester City and Manchester United. Because why should I include Manchester United? Because ever since Eric Ten Hag took over Arsenal, I must say, ever since Eric Ten Hag, not Arsenal, sorry, Manchester United, ever since Eric Ten Hag took over Manchester United, he's been playing quite well. But also, Mikel Arteta has tried to make sure that he maintains his excellency, maintains his position, plays very well. It has been playing brilliantly of recent, and what came out of recent, everybody has seen the magic that has definitely gone on. He's performed very well. He's performed brilliantly. So the three wonderful managers. When you look at these three managers, when you look at Pep Guardiola, who is from Manchester City, and you look at Eric Ten Hag, who is from Manchester United, and you look at the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta. When you look at Mikel Arteta and how he's been playing, all of them are very good. All of them are good, good managers. So it's a bit of a tight competition in there. There is a tight competition for this game. For the English Premier League title, and if any of these lags behind, I should say Manchester United is a bit down, but their current form is threatening. I must say, it will be unfair if I don't say the truth, and if I don't say the truth that Manchester United's current form is threatening, because they are winning almost every game there is. Winning almost every game they are playing. Recently, they did beat Barcelona, I must say. But Barcelona is a very good club, and as a matter of fact, Barcelona beat Real Madrid just of recent. And when it came to Manchester United, they did fail. Sorry, they did fail. They didn't perform quite well, and that all goes to how Eric Ten Hag has tried to make sure that Manchester United is a better club, is a good club. But also not forgetting that although he's tried as a football manager, also Pep Guardiola has won quite a lot, and it's been for very many years. For very many years, it's either Manchester City or Manchester City. Any other club can come and scare a little bit, but Manchester City remains on top. But right about now, I must say things have changed. Things have definitely changed, because you can see Manchester United and say this is a potential threat. And for Arsenal, I must say, when we talk about Arsenal, it's no longer. I must say, for Arsenal, it's no longer down. It's not. If you've been watching all these Arsenal games, if you've been watching Arsenal games and seeing how Arsenal have been playing, they've been playing brilliantly. They've been playing okay. They're not shy to shoot when it comes to striking. They've scored quite a number of goals, and even those clubs that have won, that have beat Arsenal, and that's Manchester City. I think City has beaten Arsenal twice, but Arsenal has put up quite a big resistance to them. It's not been an easy win for them, not at all. It's not been an easy win for Manchester City. Manchester City has had it hard to beat Arsenal, because they tried their level best. The boys tried their level best to make sure they can put up a very wonderful performance, and they have always done that. And for Spurs, as I told you, I think Spurs are definitely out of this. Spurs are definitely out of this English Premier League title. Spurs have not taken the Premier League title for quite a long period of time, and I don't think they are soon going to be, because where football has gone right up and now, you have to agree with me that football has gone to another level. I mean, look at all these clubs. Look at these clubs. Arsenal is very hungry for goals. Arsenal is very extremely hungry, I must say, extremely hungry for goals. Then when you look at Manchester City has put on an excellent performance for a very long period of time. And the fact that they are the champions, people have been thinking, many fans have been thinking it will be like that for a very long time, but I don't think so. So it's now tight competition, and the fact that also Newcastle is coming up, the fact that Newcastle is also coming up after the Saudi Public Investment Fund took over and Newcastle, definitely it has changed. It has changed from the Newcastle that we knew to a different one. And they have not invested in a lot of money, I must say. Newcastle have invested in, they have bought good football players, but they have not bought big names, and they have not injected in millions and millions, just like Manchester City did. But they are performing quite well. So it is a potential threat. And why is Newcastle United a potential threat? It's because they have a lot of money and they are willing to invest. I don't know whether you know what I mean. So if this competition comes in, and I think the Arabs are trying to take over football, and they're trying to take over football in uh, both Spain and England, because they are definitely trying to make sure they can take over all these clubs, all these big clubs. So the Saudi Public Investment Fund that took over Newcastle definitely is putting on big. Is ready to put on big money to get good football players. So in the future, Newcastle could be a potential threat. And looking at the Qatar investments for Manchester United, they're also trying to make sure they take over Manchester United. So then I think sometimes it shouldn't be about money, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it shouldn't be about money. Sometimes, and this is what I definitely think, sometimes it should not be about money. It should be something because some time ago, clubs didn't have that money. I mean, there was a lot of money. There was money in the clubs, but they were not spending as big money as they do spend right about now, and it kills the art. It kills the art of football, and how our clubs play definitely is just to take the trophy and make a lot of profits. But what happened years ago, for those of you who are still young, possibly who didn't watch the likes of Ronaldinho play, the likes of Backamp play, if you did watch the likes of Thierry Henry play, definitely you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot because football changed. Trust me, football definitely changed. When Thierry Henry was on the pitch, it was always a very good one. It was people knew it was going to be excellency on the game. He did a lot of things, but and they were always ready to take risks. But right about now, you have to use a right formula. You have to use a specific formula, I must say. I have to use, you've got to use a specific formula so that you can win. You have to follow almost everything. Anyway, which is not a bad thing for the managers. It isn't a bad thing for the managers, but it kills away the art of football, I must say, when a lot of money is involved. And that's why FA rules are on the FFP, Fair Financial Play rules are definitely on to make sure that it is a fair play, it is a fair game to all the clubs, and definitely for a club like Arsenal, Arsenal is not a poor club, but it's not got that money that the Arabs definitely have. Clubs like Manchester City have, clubs like Newcastle United have, like Paris Saint-Germain have. So it's not got that money. So Arsenal is relying on talent. That's what I mean. It's relying on talent, not money, and not big names. Because when you look at the entire squad of Arsenal, They're not big names. They are very good football players, but not very good names. But they have actually made the good names themselves. That what makes the difference. That's what definitely makes the difference because they have definitely made the big names for themselves. The likes of Bukayo Saka, the likes of Smith Rowe, the likes of Aaron Ramsdale. All of these are young football players who've made big names for themselves. The club has actually made them. Thomas Partey, the club has given them big names, not that they were bought when they were big. And looking at even the football players like Leandro Trossard, who was brought to Arsenal, was bought recently. He wasn't that a big football player, but he's catching up, and the world is definitely recognizing him as one of the best right about now. So definitely talking about a few things, as this game between Bournemouth and Arsenal has ended. And it's been Arsenal that has managed to score 3 goals, and Bournemouth has scored 2 goals. So where does this leave Arsenal? But what was the best goal? Was it the first one? I went to the comment section and let us know what you think about this. Do you think the first goal was the best? Was it the second one, or was the third? My personal opinion, I think the third goal from Nelson. And I would like to say the third goal. Nelson's goal was the best goal amongst all of them. Why? When you compare the art of the goal, what art he used to score the goal, and also the time and the fact that Arsenal needed this goal so bad, and he stepped up for them and scored the goal from the bench. Definitely, that was a brilliant one. That was a very, very wonderful one. Anyway, which part of the world are you watching from? You can go into the comment section and let us know where you're coming from, and let us know about this game. Whom do you think the man of the match should be, and whom you think has played well, and whom you think has not played well. And the 3 points have definitely done great for Arsenal, as Arsenal has extended their lead. I must say, Arsenal have extended their lead. Looking at the table, I need to look at the table. Arsenal has 63 points, and it has managed to extend their lead away from Manchester City, that has 58 points, with both clubs having 26 games played, and that is quite brilliant for Arsenal. Arsenal is saying they are not losing any. You should have seen how Mikel Arteta was happy. Mikel Arteta was very, very happy. Was extremely happy when Reece Nelson scored. I think for those of you who watched the game, definitely everybody was happy about Reece Nelson scoring that final goal, because it is something that it's a goal that every Arsenal fan was waiting for, and very many Arsenal fans definitely had already given up. They had given up on this, and they were very happy that Arsenal had managed to equalize, and the game was going to end 2-2. And in the 97th minute, Reece Nelson, who came in from the bench, said, Arsenal cannot go 2-2. We need 3 points. We're not sharing points with Bournemouth. And definitely he had to take the shot. The way Arsenal is playing these days, actually, this my understanding, because they are playing attacking. So this is what they are playing attacking football. This is what I think. What I thought, Arsenal were attacking quite a lot. They are attacking Bournemouth a lot, and it's worked for them. It's worked for them because no matter which club they are playing, they just play attacking football. They're not bothered about anything. They play attacking football. Whether you're Manchester City, whether you're Bournemouth, Wolves, name it. By Manchester United, Leicester City, name the club. Arsenal does not, it doesn't mind. Arsenal doesn't mind. They just make sure they get that ball rolling and they attack you as much as they can. So if you give them the chance to attack you, definitely you are definitely done. So I personally thought when the game was around, let me see, when the game was around, when it was 2-2, I thought Arsenal needed to calm down, to come back, go in the defense section, let Bournemouth calm, and then they can create chances for in space, chances in space, because they were attacking entirely. It was an entire attacking system, and all the football players were in the half of Bournemouth. Bournemouth's half was entirely filled with Bournemouth players, all of them, because they were trying to defend. And then uh, despite the fact they were trying to defend. Uh, Bournemouth definitely tried to make sure all the football players are in their half. Then Arsenal players also were in their half. So it remained there. The game remained, the ball remained in that half for quite a long period of time. And with football, sometimes when you need to score, you don't need to be in your opponent's half. You need a proper build up from the goalkeeper, because when you build from the goalkeeper, what happens? Some of the football players who would be defending the goals they have possibly, will come and try to attack. Also, get the ball from whoever has the ball in their own half, and then if they come on, passes can be made, long passes can be made, which are achievable for a club like Arsenal, and counterattacks can be made. But Arsenal was not giving Bournemouth that chance, and it just attacked entirely. That's why it almost ended 2-2. Because definitely when you're at level, you need to leave a club like Bournemouth to come and you take off the ball off them and run with the ball, pass the ball, and score. But that's not, and I've observed it for quite a long period of time. That's not what Mikel Arteta does. No, he doesn't give you any chance. He plays attacking football. He's always attacking football when it comes to this gentleman. So uh, I think it's been a brilliant one. I think it's been a very good one. I think it's been a very wonderful one. You can let us know what you think about this. Just make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it or whatever with the physical to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. My name is Abu Carls, right here at the Arsenal chapter, talking about a few things that have happened in this game, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. And it's been a brilliant one. And talking about the Premier League title, as we have already, I think Arsenal are very, very much in this, and the chance of Arsenal getting the Premier League title is definitely quite high. Very, very, very high, extremely high, I must say. The chances of Arsenal taking this Premier League title are extremely high, because Arsenal are not looking at losing any game soon. The fact that they have got 63 points, 58 points for Manchester City, and 49 points for Manchester United. Then Spurs in there with 45 points. Newcastle has 41. Newcastle is out of this. Liverpool are 39 in the sixth position, and Fulham 30. Oh, how Fulham is doing well. Fulham has got 39 points, is in the seventh position. How come? 25 games played. Oh, that's good of Fulham. He's played quite well. No relegation for Fulham. No. Sorry, no relegation for Fulham. So Brighton with 38 points, Brentford in there with 35 points, and then Chelsea picking up a win that took them quite a long period of time, and it's in the 10th position in the Esquire win today. Then Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, West Ham, Leeds, Everton, Southampton, and Bournemouth. Ooh. Oh, Bournemouth right about now is in the 20th position. That's scary. 20th position for Bournemouth. The fact that Southampton is winning 1-0, is beating Leicester City right about now as we talk. It's 1-0. And that means Bournemouth is going down. It could be heading for relegation. Bournemouth, yeah, definitely could be heading for relegation. So let us know. Let me know what you definitely think about this game. If you think it's been a very brilliant one, if you think it's been a great one, You can always let us know in the comment section. And I personally still think that it's been a brilliant game. It's been a very wonderful one. And Mikel Arteta is doing a very good job. He's doing a great job with Arsenal, and he's done a great job with Arsenal by identifying a few football players and bringing them, the likes of Leandro Trossard or the likes of Gabriel Jesus. Though he's not playing, he still has an injury, and the fact that uh, he's not been playing definitely. But when you see, Gideon was on this game, was he? No, I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing. I mean, when you look at the squad that played today, definitely it wasn't the best of squads for Arsenal, but they've managed to win, and that's what makes the difference. And people were talking about depth. People are talking about depth. Everybody talking about depth. Everyone talking about depth of Arsenal that is weak. Right about now, I think Arsenal has quite big options, and possibly in the summer transfer window, we will be looking at possibly making it much better because it will be a complicated one with clubs are trying to maintain their positions or making themselves much better than they already are. So, again, it's been, I think I should sign out. My name is Abu Kals. It's been 3-2. Arsenal has managed to score 3 goals on 2. Bournemouth has scored 2 goals, and that was a full-time score. And definitely, it's been a brilliant one. It's been a great one. And thank you for being part of this. Thank you for subscribing. And if you've not yet subscribed, please, you can subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it whatever we've definitely got to bring to you right about here. As long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, I'm more than happy to bring to you the latest right about here. As I tell you, thank you and goodbye for now.